What is up, Pyromaniacs? Pyrostasis here. We are back in the world of EVE Online, and we're going to be starting a brand new series here. I don't know how many... you'll probably get a video a week with this, and I may try and do some fancy schmancy editing. Well, maybe not fancy. Fancy for me. We'll see how it is. But this is going to basically be a revitalization of my Alpha to Omega series. I did this about 6 years ago, and then I did it again about 3 years ago, and so I'm going to do it now. The first time I did it, I was mostly successful. Second time did it, I just started a new job, and it didn't go well. This time, I'm definitely hooked on EVE. I'm playing it aggressively and actively, have been for about 60 days now, and expect to be playing it in the future. So the point of this series is very specifically going to be taking an alpha account with only alpha resources and going to Omega with only what I can earn on the account. Now, I thought about joining, for those of you guys who know me or maybe have watched the channel, my main is in Amar Mill, which is Amar Militia. We fight the Mimitar Militia. Now, I thought about doing Amar. If I do Amar, though, I would have access to all of my current resources, and it wouldn't be very indicative of a new player's experience. I thought about doing Min-Mel, but then I feel kind of like I might be working against my friends, and then I run into the issue of conflicts of interest, running fleets against my friends, etc., etc. So I don't want to do that. So then that left Cal Mill and Gal Mill. So Cal Mill is the big behemoth in the room. We're going to take a quick look at this, and I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. Let me get this turned on real quick. Got to fix a few things. All right, browser is on. Let's move that up. There we go. All right, so this is the war zone that we are looking at for these two factions, so to speak. We're looking at it from the Cal Mill side, but it's literally the same freaking map. Okay, so looking at this, you can see that Caldari has an advantage. I think it's 70-20. Let's see, will they show it here? I believe they show it up here 70-20. So Caldari owns almost 70%. 70-20 is not quite 70%, but you get the gist. Caldari is extremely dominant, which makes sense because, Caldari, it's pretty much the premier marketing hub of the game, and there's a lot that goes into, new players at one point in time were heavily incentivized to run a very specific bloodline for a benefit in training speeds, etc., etc., and that just kind of made Caldari more appealing, and due to that, it's trickled down for a long time. So Cal Mill and Gal Mill also have very good LP stores. Caldari have probably one of the best LP stores, and then Gal Mill's pretty good too because a lot of their ships are very flavor of the month, so to speak, or flavor of the quarter, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. So both sides are good options. So when we look at these, if I were to play on Gal Mill, then with Gal Mill, you run into the issue of you're playing with the side that's getting absolutely donkey stomped. And I hear there's a lot of infighting and a lot of problems in that. Cal Mill, you're going to run into the exact opposite problem in the aspect that Cal Mill is going to have an abundance of people that are probably going to be welcoming and friendly because they're beating the hell out of a disorganized, disarrayed opponent. Now, that's just my high-level look at it. I don't know how accurate that is, but that's my general understanding of it from where we're currently at. So, due to that, I'm leaning more towards Gal Mill. Cal Mill has 3 frontline systems here, 2 frontline systems here for a total of 5, 6, 7, and I think that's it. Yeah, they have 7. So Gal Mill has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's basically a stalemate in that aspect. I guess you could argue that Cal has a slight advantage. So that's where the majority of the fighting is going to be going here, here, and here. Gal Mill has literally been pushed out of space up here, which gives you access to one system up here, which might be quiet. And if they could push out, it would be probably good. But as you can see, Caldari pretty much owns this as well. There's a 9% advantage. Does Galmil have any advantage in any of these? Well, there we go. That doesn't look terrible. That's promising. I thought this system was dick. I think it's oix. Whatever. I don't know how to pronounce that. Um. God. I think I'm. This is such a tough choice, and I may end up making both characters and then just seeing because getting into I need to be in a corp, and I would recommend this for anybody that's wanting to do alpha to omega. You absolutely must be in a corp, and the reason I say that is it gives you access to fits, it gives you access to a community, gives you access to fleets. All of that is very, very important to make profitable engagements here. If Galmil doesn't have that, then it's going to be problematic. Galmil is my favorite side, as I have 3 of my 5 tunes are Galmil, or not Galmil, Galente. But at the same time, that does kind of make me want to try Caldari, because Caldari is a side that I started 20 years ago playing, but I haven't really spent much time playing with it since. And then I guess we have to look at the frigates to kind of see which one is best. Anyways, the point is, I've decided, at least initially, that we're going to take a look at Galmel. Now, we may not stick with that, but that's the initial. This is a Galmel account. It's literally in the account name. I'm not going to tell you what the account name is, but I can't switch now. So I'll make another account and do that. By the way, if you want to try out Faction Warfare and you want 1,000,000 skill points, there's a link in the video description down below that will give you 1,000,000 skill points. It helps me out as well. Not as much as it used to, but it is still nice. And if you'd like to support the channel, please feel free to do that. Yeah, and Galente ships are good. Both Galente ships and Caldari ships are good. Yeah. Let's see. So, Taki, get to communicators, so bureaucracy. I don't think this shit even matters anymore. Back in the day, this shit mattered a lot. Because each of these had different attributes. They had different starting skills. I don't know if any of this even counts anymore. Influence your character's appearance only. Yeah. So it used to matter a bit, but I don't think it does anymore. So which one of these douches do we like the look of? I think we like the look of, well, do I want to be a Giga Chad or why not? Why not? Maybe we'll get some sympathy here. We'll go with this. Maybe we can. What the fuck? No. No. Yeah, no. Yeah, I could take the time and make my own. Oh my god, she looks like a frog. I could take the time to make my own character, but I have the artistic creativity of a sloth, and it never comes out well. My wife does amazing with graphic arts and stuff. She does Blender and makes very cutesy, pretty things. I can see things in my head that are nice, but when it comes to actually creating them physically, I have a real hard time with that. Is that the one I picked? I feel like that's the one I picked. Let's try this one. Let's see if maybe this one will look slightly less awful. Okay, I stand corrected. Can I get somebody that doesn't look homeless? All right, we're just going to go with Giga Chads. Yeah, I'll pick this guy. I mean, you know, this looks like a good grizzled shoe salesman right here. All right, let's get no genders. Fucking yeah, fuck. Yeah, we're doing it. Okay, and let's see. Can we do handlebar landing strip? Oh, perfect. Because we got the landing strip up here and we got the handlebars. So I think this will be perfect. So we have the option of Division of Warfare. School of Exploration or Industrial. We're going to go with Warfare because fuck it. Handlebar landing strip. Yep, that'll work. Absolutely terrible Giga Chad name. All right, we are going to skip the tutorial. If you are doing this yourself, I would recommend you do the tutorial. The tutorial will get you some money. It's definitely worth it. Highly recommend it. It will get you started, get you some ships and things along those lines. But for me personally, we're going to skip this and just jump. Oh, do I not get the option to skip the tutorial? I would like to skip the tutorial, please. Thank you. Yes. I do not wish to do the tutorial. So pod me, move me on. Okay, thanks, bye. Okay, so we are in, gonna go ahead and hit the login campaign because why the hell not? That'll give me, oh, biology skill. Yes, sir. Getting 10,000. There's our 1 million skill points that I was telling you about. So this right here is why you want to use that link in the video description if you haven't already. If you've already got an EVE account, you can also refer yourself and get yourself some skill points. Both of those are good options. Obviously, if you love me, and you should love me, definitely use my link and that'll hook me up. All right. So we've got 15,000 ISK, which is fucking painful. And we started with two Velators, which is going to be rough. Okay, can we just join faction warfare right off the bat from here, or do I gotta go find somebody to get into? All right, so Federal Navy Durapont is one jump away, I guess. What the hell? This is kind of an interesting little arc here. Okay, so where are we? Probably nowhere near this. Let's just see. So set destination. We're going to be 1, 2, 3, 8 jumps. I'd like to be up here because I think that might be nice. 9 jumps. This is probably going to be pretty deep. Let's see. Akati. 7 jumps. And then I'm assuming this area is going to be pretty bad too. That's 10 jumps. Okay, let's go on dock and get in. So we have a couple options here. Our goal, like I said, is to get to Omega, which at that point I'll probably biomass the account and move on. Let's see. I don't want to go to Ren. I want to go, whoops. Activities, Faction Warfare, dock. There we go. That's where I want to go. So our goal, and I'll just show you this real fast, is to hit Omega status. So if we click on here, click on, well, this is probably a little bit more accurate. I hate how they always fuck up the pricing every time you go choose. I choose you, market industry. All right, so we're looking at probably about 4.7. So we'll just do this. And this will give us our rough goal. So we want 2.3 billion ISK. All right. So the goal is to try and get 2.3 billion ISK, doing nothing but faction warfare. I may do the intro combat missions just to get a few ships. I might also be able to get some of that from a corp. Now, like I said, my goal here is going to be to join a corp instantly, basically. We're not going to want to, do this on our own by any means. All right, so faction warfare, we have the option of enlisting. We want to join Galmil, so we are going to go ahead and enlist. You're about to enlist an individual fight for the Galente. Doing so, retire from your current corporation, join the Galmil militia, and yeah, that's fine. Since I'm not in a corporation, we can't do it that way. So we are now in Galmil. So we have the ability to see everything, do everything, etc. Now, I don't know if a fucking newbie ship can even run sites. Okay, we got a battlefield in McLimamad. I don't see anything else around. So the goal here is going to be now to find a corp and get hooked up. Any gal or any new bro friendly corpse recruiting? All right. Now, I plan on being optimistic or open with anybody that we join. I am going to let them know, that my main is Amar Mill, which shouldn't be a conflict of interest because technically, up until about 3 weeks ago, Gal Mill and Amar Mill, I believe, were allied. Maybe not. No. Gal Mill. Yeah, Gal Mill and Min Mill were allied. So yeah, we're technically opposites. Okay, Novak. All right, let's take a look at Mr. Novak. We're getting started. Well, let's see what your definition of getting started is. Let's see. Experienced leadership mentors. Okay, 0% tax, corp fittings, and skill plans. Perfect. Guys will help you make enough S. Don't really care about that. I don't need it. Transparent decision making. I mean, that helps. Let's see. Oh, fuck. They have 4 members. That's a little low on the member side. So when you're picking a corp, it's a fine line, right? You don't want to pick a group that is so big and elitist and established that they're going to talk down to you, they're going to belittle you, they're going to be assholes, and they're going to have unrealistic expectations. You also don't want to join a corp that's, in my opinion, so small like this guy's. And I'm not trying to throw you under the bus, Novak, if you watch this, or your corp. But with only 4 members... Did I even look at that right? Yeah. They've only got 4 members. The problem with this is it's almost too small. With 4 people, there is something that you can do, but if 2 people take a night off, then you're really having a problem. The other issue that you want to watch out for is friendly fire. I strongly recommend not doing a corp that has friendly fire enabled, because you can have people that will jack you. Let's see. So yeah, I would strongly recommend, at least aiming for like 20 to 30 people. Obviously not all of those are going to probably be actives, but and avoiding friendly fire. The reason I say avoid friendly fire is this right here means there's absolutely no penalties for them to shoot each other, and you can run into situations where your corp will shoot you. Now keep in mind, not everybody's a bunch of ass bags, and I'd like to think the majority of people aren't ass bags. Hang on, let me turn that off real quick. Sorry, we got D&D going in the background here shortly. So that was somebody rolling dice. My apologies. And I lost my train of thought. Yes, you don't want to get shot by your own friends. So sometimes people invite people into their corp, shoot them. Probably not the issue with these guys, but it could be. You also want somebody who's been around for a while. So this corp literally just was created 4 days ago. If we go and look at his employment history, he just left Federal Defense Union, which I think is an NPC corp. And he was in there for 4 months. Before that, he was in Stay Frosty. You kind of just do some research, see who these people are. Now, keep in mind, this could be a perfectly valid corp. They may have just created, they may have just started, and they're, maybe growing quickly. They may be very active, et cetera, et cetera. So, don't immediately just scratch these. But like I said, friendly fire being on, that's kind of a deal breaker for me because I just don't want to get popped by my own corp. Now, there's valid reasons to have that. If you've got friendly fire on, you can web your people to allow them to warp faster if they're doing transports without having to worry about it. You can have friendly duels without having to worry about it. But I just think it's more problematic to have this on than it is to have it off. So keep that in mind. So what I'm going to try and do is try and find a corp here. I'll ask this dude some questions off camera. I don't want to fully fucking interview him here while recording because that just feels douchey. But yeah, we'll see what we get, and in the next video we'll probably pick up once we have a corp. First day, welcome capsule, you're doing great. So if I play for 120 minutes, then it will give me some money. Oh, okay. I mean, that might be worth it. I can just leave this account running. We've been playing for 9.1. Oh, hey, Stranger Danger is recruiting. We're always looking for more people. Well, I want to be honest. Well, to be honest, I am an alt of an established player trying out FW. So character is new, but player has some experience. Let's look him up. Stranger Dane Jader. Okay, he's been in here for 3 months. This looks a little bit more satisfactory. How many people? They've got 23 people. Hey, friendly fire is illegal. I like this. I like this. This is good. What is their playtime? You also want to find people that is in your same time zone. What TZ are you all primarily? Wait, are they war deckable? They are. Okay, so my understanding, and keep in mind, a lot of my playtime has been segmented, so I keep coming back and things have changed. But my understanding is the war changes that happened a year or two ago, you can only be war decked if you own a structure. So that means they own a structure. That is a good thing most of the time, because it means they're invested enough to have an asset in space that's vulnerable. So that's kind of interesting. It doesn't look like they're in a standing war that I can see at the moment. Interesting. Community Discord facilities, Galente Federation Wars Corporation. All right. This is probably the one we're going to roll with. Yeah. So I'll join these guys' Discord, give them a chat, see if they're okay with what I'm wanting to do. And if they are, rock and roll. If they aren't, then we'll keep looking. Or, God forbid, try it solo. I am going to need a little bit of ISK. 15K just isn't going to work for me. But we'll see how it goes. So I'll jump in with them, see what they say, and we'll go from there. So next video, I'm going to be showing, hopefully, in a decent ship and what my plans are, covering basic skill plans, etc., and we'll kind of run from there. So hopefully you guys are as excited about this series as I am. We'll probably do one video a week unless things really kick off. And I don't expect this series to be terribly long, because you can make a hell of a lot of money in FW, and 2.1 billion could be knocked out very quickly depending on how things go. So that being said, if you're excited about this, hit that like button. If you want to join me in Faction Warfare, there is a link down below in the video description. Hit that to get your 1,000,000 skill points. Subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss out on any of the future videos, and I'll catch you guys in the next clip.